Greetings, everybody. This is Joanna from Universal Love Light, Heavenly Radiance, Shamanic Tarot, and the Sacred Corner. And today we are going to do a collective message through our tarot and channeling and information and wisdoms. And what was coming to me is that Spirit was mentioning that many of us are doing many timeline jumps throughout our day, so that we can call in the lessons and the messages and the honoring that is needed for us on our own unique journeys. So to allow our vastness to be a part of this ever fluid movement and this mutability that is light. I was just been so profoundly moved this weekend by the understanding of our mutability as light. And the light that we allow ourselves to be allows us to shift and change no matter how challenging or dense a belief or an experience is feeling. That with our activation, with our intention of the light to move through it and to live through it and to harmonize to a new frequency, and just offering it that openness. What I found with alchemy, what I found with Ascension, is not giving it any forcing it to become something that you think it must be, just allowing source and love to transmute it and have it be even better than what you could imagine and what you thought. So just allow these cycles. We talked about in our recent article that Mario put into a video, for those that so desire, was about the honoring and the understanding of cycles and what they allow us to appreciate. Cycles allow us to truly be a part of that life review, moment for moment for moment for moment. What's being brought to me? How can I timeline jump to call in what I need so that right now I can be my most vast, expansive self, and to allow yourself this beautiful human moment to appreciate and validate and expand in your humanness as an omnipresent being. Just really letting go of all boundaries and resistance and limitations that we've held about ourselves, and about how easy and how fluid we can be with source to call in the energies that we need and the remembrances and the visions. As you live within your heart center and your presence of now, you're living in that moment of your highest essence. So you will be brought the informations and the wisdoms that you need to transcend and move about and make the highest choice for your path. So just know this. The more that you live in your presence of now, the more that you live with that honor of your now energy, you're allowing the highest of all that is to come and live through you. So just know that. And so what are our collective messages for today? And we're honoring this in our beautiful Scorpio full moon energy, allowing us to do a life reflection, and we're calling in the highest energies and the frequencies of the Holy Spirit, our highest frequencies of omnipresence of us in all aspects of creation. And so what they're showing me now is they're showing, just like children who are being called in from recess, if you will, or called out to recess is more appropriate. We want to allow all of humanity to understand that your moment for moment life is a playground of joy and playfulness with others. So as the bell rings and you're going out to play, the children just go with such great excitement. And so as this sacred gathering communes right now, there's just energies and beings from all over the galaxy in this sacred space that are coming together as if the recess bell has rung, and you've all come together to meet and to commune and to create your allness in new ways through understanding and honoring who you are as human, understanding who you are as spirit, and allowing yourself to play in new ways. As the expansive human that you are, your omnipresence, your micro, macro, all coming up to play and support you and honor you and cherish you and adore you. And so we wanted to give you that liberation and that beautiful visionary image for you to understand that you are connected with the all, and as excited and as allowing and honoring of yourself, you allow the omnipresence to live through you in much greater and more profound ways, allowing you to receive and to reflect and to honor the allness that you exist within, to see it, to feel it, to vibrationally be a part of it, to be affected by it, to be healed by it. And so it is. Thank you for that beautiful vision. And the first card that popped out, oh, courage, I love that. So we're going to bring that forward. Thank you. We'll bring two from our sacred destiny. Sacred destiny. Oh, that one just flew out. Wow. On the bottom is inner peace. Absolutely love that. Thank you. The one that you flipped out was delight. Beautiful little birds. Thank you. I love the bird collective. Thank you. We'll turn it around. We're going to do one from our, I don't know what this is called. I think it's a Denise Lynn Magical Map Checker deck. Allowing yourself to be the presence and the essence of knowing that all cycles are purposeful. All experiences within all cycles are purposeful. They allow you to leave no stone unturned to your vastness. It's not about, how I felt much through my ascension journey. It's really been like walking through the desert, through many of the stories that we have told. Walking through the desert, seemingly aimless against challenge after challenge after challenge. It's about your ability to honor the journey, honor the cycle, not the destination. The cycles allow us to, life review and cycles allow us not to just focus on the ending of the cycle, but everything that we've learned and we've allowed ourselves to move through moment for moment for moment for moment in this now moment. It's a journey now moment, and that's getting yourself out of that linear perspective. It's a now, and you're opening into that now, not being so concerned about the end result or the final destination, just living fully in the presence of your journey now. It's a full expansive journey right now. And how can you honor it? How can you fly with it? It's beautiful. And we're going to put that with our unicorn. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And we're going to call a tarot. I think that's what this is called. I've already shuffled these on the screen. We harmonize with the beautiful archangels and with all of our beings from all across the universe. We're calling in our ascension experience, frequencies of healing, of activation, of omnipresence to be with us in this moment of now, for we understand that we are all beings of holy light, and we choose to activate our appreciation and our gratitude for being human. We call on the divine spirit of the Holy Mother Father, the spirit of the Holy Source Creators, Spirit God, the universe, to live through us in all moments that we open our hearts and allow ourselves to be and live as the surrendered vessel of holy light. We allow all that we are as the Christic being for every molecule, every atom, to be open in the joyful play that is the sacred human journey and the sacred human ride. And we thank all that is for our journey, and we thank all that is for our blessing. We thank all that is for all that we are in new ways to explore who we are in the vastness of love and light, being the breath of love and light. We thank the two cards that jumped out, wow. And we were just talking about the magnificence of re-anchoring the Divine Mother energies, and we've got the High Priestess and the Queen of Air. I think that's the Queen of Air, yeah. And thank you, Divine and Holy Mother, the divine frequency of the Holy Mother living through us in this moment of now. And we thank you. And we're going to pull a beautiful card, one of my favorite decks, through Alana Fairchild. I love her decks. Any deck by Alana Fairchild is a beautiful and amazing deck. She has great energy, the beautiful goddess warrior that she is. She's created so many beautiful decks with so many different vibrations, and I love all of her decks. It's always a beautiful experience. And just as I was preparing for this, wow, so many divine feminine energies, thank you. As I was preparing for this, and I was shuffling, the one that flew out was this one, Our Lady of Dark Mysteries. And we were talking about in our earlier experiences about honoring of the cycles, and we can't, allowing the honoring of all that we are, releasing all separation, subjugation, and judgment that we've ever held about light and dark and light. And those aspects of that friction, that crucible moment that allows us to become the light all that we are by releasing our own pains and our worries and our judgments, which are the aspects of the understanding of who we are as dark. We can't be one without the other. We are all. And so it's beautiful that that's come into our awakening. Thank you. And we are going to call upon a spirit animal. Thank you. Because we appreciate, we value, and we honor the blessing that is Gaia, the divine mother frequency that is Gaia, honoring us in all moments through all generations, through all timelines, that we allow ourselves to live through the essence of Gaia, through matter and through spirit, through animals and through nature, for all that we are as her, she is us. And we call forward the energies of Gaia to bring forward in this moment of now the fairies and the pixies and the elementals and the Elohim gods and the creator gods of all that is. Living through the pulsations of love and light, our intentions are to live as the highest energies of matter, of spirit and light that we are as Gaia. Thank you. And so the elementals are coming through. And so this is interesting. They're coming through with a very, it's a very blatant channel. And they're just saying to relax what we think, who's in charge. And this is really releasing the ego. Who do you think is in charge? Releasing it all together and just softening into being that fairy-like pixie and just play. Because there is no, there is the release of this idea altogether. Is that, who is in charge? And is there, why does there need to be someone in charge? This allows the understanding that we live in complete reverence and harmony that is life. It must be. We are an intricate system and a puzzle of life. There is no one body, there is no one energy or alchemy party that is above and beyond all others. And this is the pure, sure transition that humanity is awakening to, that at every level, every consciousness level, there is a requirement. And this is the elegance and the delicacy and the intricacies that is Source Creator. So thank you, Elementals, for coming through that really profound message. Wow. But they're also saying, please create that for the reflection of the allness that we are. Who do we, and it may sound as a harsh vibration, but it's not meant in that way, because I'm seeing it at a multidimensional level, and they're asking me to reflect upon this, that when we say, who do we think is in charge, that is the ego mind that is resisting change. The ego, the negative ego, we call it negative ego, but it's ego. So release definitions. It will be a negative experience because the ego wants to create those constancies, the illusions, if you will, because that's what it's always known. It has, the times that it has been allowed to have spirit take that control have been detrimental and painful and traumatic. And so it remembers that, the ego remembers that, because it's patterned. It's just a patterned program. But we are allowing ourselves to rewrite in every new moment what pattern, what new allowance, what new vastness, what new infinite allness can I soften and surrender into. And so we release those ideals of who thinks who's in charge and why does there have to be. Release and surrender into the beauty and into the softness, into the gentleness that is the Divine Mother. The Divine Mother doesn't come forward and say, I'm in charge. That's just not spirit. There are light programs of evolution that is the elegance, joyful play of spirit, but there isn't the obligation, or there isn't the forcibility of, I'm in charge, this is how it's going to be. That's ego. That is the pattern of what we're shifting from. Spirit is soft and gentle and allowing, and that's why I've written in my most recent post that Ascension is all about allowance. It's a soft process of transmutation, of alchemy, of releasing what you think you have to be in charge of, because it's not. It's a flowing and allowance of new moments. It's a flowing in a moment of new mutable songs, new mutable breath of Source Creator. And if we're resisting it because we think we have to be in charge or have it become a certain way or have it look a certain way because it's always been that way, our way that we perceive family will be different. Family is becoming our soul tribe, that we come here with a soul that we've contracted in soul arrangements for the highest and for the greatest good, because that's what our soul wanted. One another, to challenge one another in spiritual ways so that we can become our highest and our best. And we call those in divinely timed moments through the soul. It's not an egoic experience. It's not goal orientated, if you will. That's the ego. So who thinks who's in charge from a micro macro perspective, from the elements of earth? And we say that, and they're showing me back to that offering we gave a little while ago, one of our videos. So please have a look at our videos if you're interested in understanding the micro macro perspective of who we are as Source Creators in all life. We can place our consciousness within any aspect of life and have us perceive it anew. And this is why science and our realities will be changing. Please bring me back to that moment, elementals. And we're taking me back in charge. That's right, the herbs. Thank you, elementals, for reminding me of those moments of frequency when our potentiality and our excitement and our joy. Remember, spirit is about joy, co-creative expression, and excitement to explore who we are as spirit. So if we are a healer, if we are an herbalist, if we are an alchemist to be here to heal, and we understand that we have clients that require a certain herb, then in our excitement and in our joy and our expression, or our joy to co-create in our vastness, not about goal, not about who's in charge, not about this must come about, just by the allowance of softly playing as source creator, then Gaia, the elementals, the creator gods, the Elohim, will all be in this beautiful intricate dance as source creator, because we are the all, we're all things in between. Then we will become co-creators of that new herb coming forward for the clients that co-create it. So we are all within this elegant dance. And that's what cycles allow us to understand. And wow, how beautiful that we're just talking about that, the keeper of secrets. So thank you. So we'll just turn this forward for a really quick collective message for today. Thank you. And on the bottom, how beautiful. Those hummingbirds are one of my most favorite animals, and it's miracles. So thank you. And we are co-creating miracles right now, each and every one of us, and why we take ourselves out of this linear perspective and know that we are all time jumping to give ourselves what we need and what we require. And so they're showing me right now that I'm coming back in time to give this moment of now that I've already played, I've already experienced. So that's why living in this heart space and just being in moment for moment breath of who you are, you'll always be in your alignment. You're coming back and forth through time so that you can be your most expansive self, because that's what the soul wants. Even in those most challenging situations where you felt as if you weren't on your path, or you felt as if it was so dark and desperate, or you were in despair, those are those moments that you require so that you can teach it at a multidimensional level. So they're showing me right now that I'm somewhere else teaching this experience that I'm talking about. And the vastness that I had gained through those experiences were so deeply challenging for me as a human, because I'm so deeply emotionally empathic. And those emotions can become, can create the imbalances that we all experience, as if they're not understood as the multidimensional capacity of all that we are. To know that you come with that depth, you come with that richness, because those will be your gifts as you transcend and heal them. And you will allow yourself to, as they're showing me right now, ping back and forth from any vibration that you so choose, so that your soul can be that vast player as the children coming out onto the playground and just jetting everywhere, because you are that one child source creator that's fanning out into the excitement of the all playground. So that was beautiful. Thank you. And we're just going to bring you down here to the table. And so our first card that popped out is the beautiful courage, and the courage that it takes to allow ourselves to release any limitation of beliefs that we've thought we've held about each other, for the courage that it takes to face any fears and challenges, and knowing that it won't always be smooth sailing, but know that you have all of the ability to know that as you're standing within the eye of the storm, within the center of your allness, that you can perceive it from all perspectives, to know that this might seem thrashing and crashing, but it's because there's energies that are trying to find their own our homeostasis, their own resonance. And we're here to create that peaceful calm for others. We're here just to know that what you're going through is normal part. So just breathe through it. Breathe through it and allow what's meant to come forward to be released and transmuted into something new. You have the courage to do this. You knew that you would be here during these challenging, turbulent times, because you are the center of the calm, you're the center of the peace. There is a story and a lesson here held within every way, that friction, that center point, allows you to jet out and to create those new territories and lands, and to discover and to create those adventures. And to do so, we still require that courage. The courage to transform and to heal, the courage to set out anew, the courage to speak your truth in your voice. And our collective is allowing ourselves to have the courage to be the archetypal female, to be the archetypal male, to be the archetypal child, to be the family and the garden of love that's being brought into the universal omnipresence, to be recognized as human greatness, to be recognized as the purity of human spirit in now its awakened form, so that we are on the precipice of something truly, truly wonderful and dynamic. So thank you. And the next card that came flying out was delight, because we can take delight in who we are when we face our challenges and know that all is purposeful, that all is worthy. Even in those ways that if we have lived in ways that have not been within our highest truth, that if we've hidden our emotions, we've held our emotions back, any stories that we've told ourselves that are not of our highest truth will come forward to show us. So honor it, accept it, and love it in. say, I honor that I've learned through this lesson and I forgive myself and all others. And from this moment on, I choose to live from a higher frequency of delight so that I can fly and be one with all creation. I want to see my life from various perspectives. I want to be on the ground and I want to be in the air. I want to allow myself to know that I can transition and leap and jump in all ways so that I can be this beautiful, loving essence of creatorhood, that I can be all things in all ways because I am. And I will take delight in this. We are being ushered into this new frequency and cycle to take delight. What are our new collective values from our individual values? What is now important? It's not, many have been brought face to face with, how have I been living that has not been serving my spirit, my soul? Has it been so much of the rat race, if you will, living to live and working to live and living to work? Is that truly what I value? And if so, that's fine too. That will be your continued earthly reality. Or will it be, I choose to live from my soul and my spirit chooses to explore and express and experience myself as spirit, myself as love. And my reality will change thus so. So really, we're allowing ourselves to be to be the delight of who we are as spirit, as human beings, and to be proud of that. To honor ourselves as divinely courageous and divinely strong to face these new journeys. And when we do, we allow ourselves to fly. We allow ourselves to take those new journeys. You see, with this horse, wherever it is left from, there will always be those threaded entanglements. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I've left this behind. I'm allowing it to be the beautiful story that it has been. This beautiful thread and this beautiful chiffon energy is allowing us to see there's beauty in all that was. Don't damn it. Don't dismiss it as ignorance. Don't dismiss it as not you. It's all you. You are all this. You see the beautiful labyrinth that it's flying up from. It says that I have worked the maze. I have worked the labyrinth, and now I'm ready to move into a new labyrinth that's at a new frequency and vibration. It's not always going to be clear. I'm not always going to show my way. There will be always those aspects of unknown, but that's spirit. That's what we wanted at the soul. We wanted to trust that we do have wings, that we do want to come from this place of reverence and great piety of who we are as spirit. We want to know that every step of the way has served me, and it will be a beautiful chiffon elegance that is source. That's source creator. We will fly through our moments of grace because we honor it. I come with the vibration of being the vibration of elegance and courage because that's what I choose to experience. Even in the hard times and challenging times, I choose to drop to my heart and say, within this, there is a moment of grace and elegance because I choose to be the love that I am. I choose to be the elegant frequency that is source, mother, creator. And I will be this giver of life, and I will transmute this density into something that is crystalline, that is beautiful, that is sacred. Thank you, Divine Mother. And when we do so, we allow ourselves to connect with our divine sisterhood. The divine sisterhood is the collective of angelic frequencies and consciousness all throughout creation that are life givers, that allow us to remember at all moments that we are one within one another. We allow ourselves to be all aspects of that nurturance, of that softness, of that gentleness that is the breath of Source Creator, that is that illumination and that tribe. For there cannot be a tribe without nurturance. There cannot be the healing without nurturance and the acceptance and the acknowledgement of who we are. The divine feminine is the allowance and the receiving energy, for there cannot be that harmonization, there cannot be that alchemization without allowance. Ascension is allowance. Allowing yourselves to flow into something new and come out something new. There has to be the allowance. I've learned that lesson. I'm allowing it to transmute. I'm allowing what I thought what was to be transmuted into something new. I allow it. I don't know. I'm releasing the expectation and the ego mind of who's in control, and I'm allowing Source to co-create with me, and I will have my tribe and my angels. I will have all that I need to transmute. This is a sacred journey. Sacred energies of the divine feminine. And what energies are coming out? First thing that's coming to me is this beautiful medallion that's on her chest, which is in the divine sacred heart. And this is her, for me, what this card is showing me is the strength of who she is at her divine sacred heart. She's activated her one human heart. She's activated her oneness with Mother, Father, Source, Creator, the Omnipresence. And in this, she's allowed herself to grow and to change and transmute into all that she is, the wisdom of all that she is. She has grown wings. She has allowed herself to to understand that, yes, I am the angel. I am the wings of the angel, and I can fly and transmute. I can leap dimensions, and I can leap timelines to bring forward the wisdom that I need in this now moment, for it's all within the center of my heart. And I have the emblance, and I have the reverence and the piety for all that is life, and the delicate feathers, intricately and most beautifully placed, are there for a reason. Make no mistake about it. And it's purposeful, and I walk in my purposefulness. I am purposeful, I am valued, and I am needed and required. And this is the divine, the elegance and the power and the profundity of this energy. Thank you, Divine Mother. And we see this as the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the all-seeing, the what they were just showing me before as the children going out to play the micro macro. This is an aspect, this beautiful, loving, beautiful aspect of you is on the playground in this highest essence, if you will. Every planet has the highest aspect of you as the collective that's come together to create this face and this vision of all of the children that you are playing on the playground, trying different apparatus out, seeing how far you can jump, seeing how far you can fly, or how fast you can run. And this is the highest aspect of you saying, I am all knowing and all seeing, and I am meant to play. I am meant to be joyful in my human form. I am meant to find soul tribe. I am meant to try new lands. I am meant to explore. And through these phases and cycles, the all seeing aspects of you will always want you to try new playgrounds, will always want you to try new lands, will always allow you to create those new adventures and journeys. And the High Priestess is very similar. We see the experiences of the High Priestess archetype is about the wisdoms that have gained through cycles of time, if you will, cycles of experience. Well, that's more accurately and more appropriately. The keeper of secrets, allowing you to know that in all that is, say that one fractal, sacred geometry of all that you are, if you will, and this links is the symbology of your fractal experience, the greater human you in this moment, if you will. And in this sacred geometry fractal, you've gained many wisdoms, you've gained many secrets that you've brought along the way, just as this High Priestess. But know that in this fractal experience of your sacred geometry, it's being merged and meshed so that it's constantly in a mutable harmonization of your allness. This higher source aspect of you that contains maybe 100 different versions of you, feeding you information in and out. And why they say that the High Priestess and the Empress and the Magician are these archetypes, ever moving back and forth. The keeper of the secrets, the shamans, the oracles, are allowing us to know that we are all more than we allow ourselves to be. But if we're not in that state of allowance, then we can't allow these wisdoms and these secrets to come forward to serve us in this now. And which ties back to who thinks who's in charge. There doesn't have to be. Release it, let it go. Be that mutable energy that allows those secrets to come forward and serve. It wants to serve you. This higher aspect that is inclusive of 100 to 1,000 aspects of you wants to serve you. It can't come and serve you if you're all blocked and resisting the change. You're fearful of the change. You're worried about the change. You're resisting and pushing back the change. It wants to live through you. And to why we've often, my teams have been offering me for a while now, live as the sacred vessel, the open vessel of love. Be vulnerable, be authentic, continue to love, continue to forgive, because this allows your light to become stronger, to become more profound, to become powerful, so that you have all your secrets available to you, so that all of you lives through you, so that your profound light creates shifts against all that is. The greater light we allow, the greater light that we can allow to heal, to mend, to activate the grids, to color a new canvas. And so this says, take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you are trusting and when you're in your higher knowing. So again, there doesn't have to be that goal-orientated ego. The ego does not have to manage. It's an allowing, it's an observatory perspective. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and in solitude, you will find your strength. And that's allowing the all that you are, as in all other reflections, because many of us, my kids often love saying they love going to the airport and they just love watching people. And that allows them to learn so much, because they see themselves and they know at a very subtle level, that they're part of what they're seeing and what they're unfolding. But sometimes because their lives are so structured, they don't get to see the all that they really want to see and observe. so that they can tap into, remember, oh yeah, I'm part of that. This is why allowing children to explore in various genres is so really important, to stretch their imaginations and their observatory skills so that they can allow that threading of their omnipresence to continue their process of awakening, their process of harmonization. So very true and valuable in these beautiful cycles. And we thank you, dear lighted ones. We hope that you've enjoyed this daily communion of sacred wonderment of who we are as humans, of who we are as angelic beings in human form. Take pride and love who you are. Honor your cycles. Honor the secrets that you keep, and allowing your divine higher self to come forward in the divine mother that you are, the alchemist that you are, and take delight in who you are. Namaste.